So students, today we will discuss some important questions of quadratic equations. Word problem again. In last classes, we have discussed up to question number 16 and hope you all must have solved them and have understood them. So today we will start with question number 17. The speed of boat in still water is 15 km per hour. Speed of boat in still water is given 15 km per hour. Okay, means when water is still, boat can move with the speed of 15 km per hour, means 15 km in 1 hour. It can travel 15 km in 1 hour. And it takes 4.5 hours to travel 30 km down the stream and back to the starting point. Find the stream. Means down the stream is what? Towards the stream. Up the stream is what? Opposite the stream. Up the stream is opposite the stream. Down the stream is towards the stream. So in these types of question, speed of boat is given. We always will assume the second thing, speed of stream as x kilometer per hour. So speed of boat in still water is 15 km per hour. Speed of stream is x kilometer per hour. So total speed of both when the boat will move towards the stream is along the stream, and at that time speed of boat is said to be downstream. Speed of boat downstream will be equal to the sum of speed of boat plus speed of stream. We know that speed of boat is always greater than the speed of stream. Otherwise, it will flow away. It cannot flow on the water. It cannot be run on the water if its speed of the stream is greater than the speed of boat. So, speed of boat is always greater than the stream, and down the stream means a stream is flowing, boat is also flowing on it. So both the speeds will be added. The boat travels 15 km in 1 hour and the stream travels x km per hour. So together they travel 15 plus x km in 1 hour. So speed of boat downstream becomes 15 plus x km per hour, and at the same time speed of boat upstream. Speed of boat upstream is obtained by speed of boat in still water minus speed of stream kilometer per hour. Means if boat travels opposite the stream, boat travels 15 km in 1 hour, while stream travels x km per hour in opposite direction. So it brings the boat back by x kilometer. So the total distance traveled in 1 hour becomes 15 minus x kilometer. So the speed of boat upstream also becomes 15 minus x kilometer per hour. Okay. Now it takes 4.5 hours to travel 30 km down the stream. Means downstream distance is 30 km. And return back means upstream distance is also 30 km. And total time, so time for upstream equals to distance upon speed. Distance for stream is 30 km. So first we write for downstream. For downstream, distance is given 30 km. So if distance is 30 km, what will be the time for downstream if we write it T1? Time equals to distance downstream, as we are finding time for downstream. Or we can write downstream time. Distance downstream over speed downstream. When we find time downstream, so distance from downstream is taken 30 kilometer. Speed for downstream we have written 15 plus x. Okay. Speed is 15 plus x. Or time is distance upon speed, 30 upon 15 plus x. Or again, then we find upstream time. T2 equals to distance upon speed. Similarly, we should write. So total time as first the boat goes downstream and then returns back, means it is upstream. So the total time according to us is T1 plus T2. And according to question, it is 4.5 hours for going and returning back. The total time is 4.5. So 30 upon 15 plus x plus 30 upon 15 minus x equals to 4 to the 8 plus 1, 9 by 2. It implies third LCM is 15 plus x into 15 minus x. So 30 into 15 minus x plus 30 into 15 plus x equals to 9 by 2. It implies 30 into 15, 450 minus 30x plus 30 into 15, 450 plus 30x, opening the bracket, over 15 square minus x square, using a plus b into a minus b. It is equal to then 9 by 2. It implies 30x cancelled out, 450 plus 450, 900 over 225. 15 square is 225 minus x square equals to 9 by 2. Cross multiplying 2 into 900 equals to 9 into 225 minus x square. Dividing both sides by 9, 2 into 100. 900 by 9. And this side 9 by 9 cancelled out, 225 minus x square. Transfer all terms to the same side. Minus x square becomes plus x square. Plus 200 remains plus as it is in the same side. And 225 is also transferred to this side. So minus 225. It implies x square minus 25 equals to 0. Never write it x square equals to 25 when we are using quadratic equation. It is x square minus 5 square equals to 0. Factorize it. X plus 5 into x minus 5 equals to 0. So either x plus 5 equals to 0 or x minus 5 equals to 0. It implies x equals to minus 5. Speed cannot be negative. So we write it inadmissible, or x equals to 5 means speed of stream is equal to 5 kilometer per hour. Okay. So whenever there is question involving the boat moving in still water and speed of stream, so to find the downstream, we add both the speeds. Means speed of boat plus speed of stream. To find the speed of boat in upstream, we subtract speed of stream from the speed of boat, means speed of boat minus speed of stream, to find the speed of boat upstream. For downstream, speed of stream is x kilometer per hour, speed of boat is 15 kilometer per hour. So for downstream, speed of boat will be speed of boat plus speed of stream, 15 plus x, and for upstream it is 15 minus x. Time for downstream is obtained by the formula time equals to distance upon speed. Distance of downstream is given 30 and speed is 15 plus x, and for upstream time distance is same. Why? First the boat goes down the stream and then comes back the same distance, means both the distances are 30 kilometers. 30 upon 15 minus x. Total time is t1 plus t2, which is 4.5. So 30 upon 15 plus x plus 30 upon 15 minus x equals to 9/2, and on solving the equation, it is finally giving x equals to 5, means speed of stream is 5 kilometer per hour. Next question, question number 18. Very easy question. I think you all must have done this. 18th question. A piece of cloth cost rupees 200, means total cloth cost rupees 200. Cost of piece of cloth, complete cost of piece of cloth is rupees 200 according to question number 18. A piece of cloth cost rupees 200, means total cost of the cloth is rupees 200. If the piece were 5 meter longer, in each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less, the cost of cloth would have remained unchanged. Means actually in market, when we go to buy a cloth, it has some definite breadth and it is sold according to its length. It has some definite length always. It is rectangular in shape, is wrapped in form of a roll, and so shopkeeper sold it, sells it in terms of meter. Meter, which is the length. This is 1 meter. And 1 meter cost cloth can be changed if its breadth is decreased. Clearly, when breadth decreases, the amount of cloth also decreases. If the shopkeeper decreases the breadth, so he can sell it at the lower price like this. As now its area also decreases. Understood? This is the base to understand this question number 18. That a piece of cloth cost rupees 200. If the piece were 5 meter longer, so total length of the cloth is not given. We can assume the total length of the cloth also, or the price of the cloth also. And each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less. The cost of cloth would have remained unchanged. How long is the piece? And what is the original rate per meter? So two things are asked. Length of the piece and original cost per meter of the piece. So we can assume any one of them, like X. Means if we assume that the original rate per meter of the cloth be X, let the original rate of cloth per meter equals to rupees X, means in X rupees we can buy this 1 meter cloth. Okay, this 1 meter cloth, this one can be bought for rupees X. And what is the total length? Total length is not given. The total cost is given. Total cost of the cloth. Total cost is given rupees. In first line, it is given that a piece of cloth cost rupees 200. So this is the total cost of the cloth, rupees 200. Means how many meters of cloth is bought. So length of cloth. Length of cloth will be obtained by total cost upon cost per meter. Now total cost is 200 and cost per meter is X. So length of cloth is 200 by X meter. And now we will start solving the question by reading the next condition. According to first condition, a piece of cloth cost rupees 200. And then we have used the last line, how long is the piece and what is the original rate per meter. So if we assume that let the original rate per meter be rupees X, okay. If we assume that the original rate of the cloth be rupees X, so length of the cloth, what will be the length of cloth? As the total cost of the cloth is rupees 200. So to find the length of the cloth, we will divide total cost upon cost per meter. So it gives the length of the cloth. Now according to case first, it is given that if the piece were 5 meter longer, means new length of the cloth is 5 meter more than the original length. That is, original length was 200 by X. So new length is 5 meter more. So what will be the new length of cloth? We will find it. New length of cloth is 200 by X plus 5 meter. New length of the cloth is 5 meter more than the original. And each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less. And cost per meter, new cost per meter of cloth is 2 rupees less. Originally, the cost per meter was rupees X. And this time it is decreased by rupees 2. Na? Read the question. It is written that cost is rupees 2 for each meter. Means cost per meter is decreases by 2. So new cost is 2 rupees 2 less than the original cost. Original cost was X and new cost is 2 rupees less than the original cost. So what will be the total cost? Now total cost means total length into rate per meter. Cost per meter. Total cost remains unchanged. This is also written in the question. We have read this, that the total cost of cloth would have remained unchanged. Means it remains 200 to 200, which was the previous cost. 200 equals to total length. Total length is written 200 by X plus 5. When it has been increased by 5 meter, the cost decreases by 2 meter. Now opening the bracket, we will find an equation. First of all, take X as the LCM inside the first bracket. 200 plus 5X into X minus 2, and cross multiplying 200 into X equals to 200 plus 5X into X minus 2. On opening the bracket again, 200X equals to 200X plus 5X square minus 400 minus 10X. Transfer all of them to the same side. 5X square minus 400 minus 10X plus 200X minus 200X equals to 0. These two 200X will be cancelled out. So the remaining items 5X square minus 10X minus 400 equals to 0 are written in decreasing powers of X. Then if we take 5 common from the whole equation, so it is X square minus 2X minus 8 5s are 40 equals to 0. And factors of 80 whose difference is 2, first line will give the result. 10 8s are 80 and difference between 10 and 8 is 10X and 8X is 2X. So we write X square minus 10X minus 8X minus 80 equals to 0. It implies X square minus 10X minus plus 8X minus 80 equals to 0. It implies if we take X common into X minus 10 plus 8 common into x minus 10 equals to 0. It implies now x minus 10 common into x plus 8 equals to 0. It implies either x minus 10 equals to 0 or x plus 8 equals to 0. It implies either x equals to 10 or x equals to minus 8. As we have assumed that the original rate of cloth per meter is rupees x. This rupees cannot be negative. It means this is inadmissible. Means original cost per meter is rupees 10 only. Original cost per meter, it is not percentage meter, per meter. Okay. Original cost per meter of cloth is rupees 10. And total length of the cloth, we have to find cloth, na? Total length of the cloth originally was 200 by x, we have assumed. So 200 by x, in place of x we use 10. So 200 by 20 it is, 200 by 10 it is 20 meter. So these two are the answers. Original cost per meter is rupees 10 and length of cloth is 200 by 10, that is 20 meter. Similar type of question is question number 18th also. 19th, sorry, 18th we have discussed. In question number 19, some students planned a picnic. The budget for food was rupees 500. The total budget, like it was the total length, it is the total budget. But 5 of them failed to go. Like in this, each meter, if the piece is 5 meter longer. In this, 5 of them failed, means piece is 5 meter less longer, means 5 meters shorter. And thus the cost of food for each member. Like in this, we have cost of cloth per meter. Each meter of clothes cost rupees 2. In this also, the cost of food for each meter increases by rupees 5. Okay. So almost similar question is there. Only change of quantity and persons has taken the place. It means how many attended the picnic. So if we assume that, let the original person who want to attend the picnic, or the contribution for each student, if we assume, like we have assumed the cost per meter of cloth. Similarly, in this we can assume that contribution each student, contribution for each student is equal to rupees x. So number of students was, I am now giving the hint only, 500 by x. Okay. Now according to new condition, in new condition, contribution, new contribution will be there. So what is the new contribution of each student? Each student contributed rupees x previously, but this time they have to contribute rupees 5 more, means x plus 5 rupees this time. And the number of students also changes. It is now 500 upon x plus 5, as 5 of them failed to go. Means the difference between the original number and now the number of student equals to 5. So if you solve it, you can get the answer. Okay. Next question, question number 20th. One can row his boat 5 km per hour in still water. If it takes him 1 hour longer to row the boat 5.25 km upstream and to return downstream. So similar type of question as we have done in question number, which one? Question number 17. So if we, I am giving this time also hint, 17th question. Sorry, it is the question number 20th. And it will also be done with the same method as we have used in question number 17. The speed of boat is given 5 km per hour this time. The speed of boat 5 km per hour, and speed of stream is not given. So what is the speed of stream? We can assume it to be, we have to find the speed of stream. So if we assume that speed of stream is x kilometer per hour. Then the next thing is speed of boat downstream. What will be the value? What will be the value of speed of boat upstream? It will be obtained by adding speed of boat and speed of stream kilometer per hour. Okay. Kilometers per hour. And at the same time, we will assume the speed of boat upstream also, which is 5 minus x kilometer per hour, and then time for downstream. First, he goes up the stream or down the stream. If it takes him 1 hour longer to row his boat 5.25 kilometer upstream, okay. So we will find time for upstream first. Time for upstream is equals to distance upstream upon speed upstream. Now distance upstream is given what? 5.25 kilometers. Distance upstream is given 5.25 and speed upstream is 5 minus x. So time for upstream is, if we assume it to be T1, is equal to 5.25 upon 5 minus x r. And at the same time, T2 equals to, if we assume that time for downstream, then it is distance is same upon 5 plus x r. And which of the two will make the great time? Means will take the more time. So we know that upstream will take the more time. So time for upstream minus time for downstream, according to question, the difference between the two times is 1 hour. It takes him 1 hour longer to row the boat upstream, means difference of the time is 1 hour only. And when we use these times in terms of x, the equation is 5.25 upon 5 minus x minus 5.25 upon 5 plus x equals to 1. So solve this equation to get the answer now. I think you can now solve this. So solve these questions which I have discussed and send me in WhatsApp. Remaining we will discuss in next session. Okay. So start solving the question which I have discussed and ask your doubts in comment box if you have any doubt. Hope you all must have understood. If there is any problem, then ask clearly them. Ask your doubts in comment box. Okay. And start solving. So each student has to solve it. Okay.